Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today we're playing it's the first round of a tournament. That's right, we're playing a tournament at the moment. There are 10 YouTubers involved, which is amazing. This is the group stages at the moment. My first matchup is against Dr. Shil, so obviously there'll be a link to his channel at the end of this video and in the description. And yeah, so round one. This is where I should put in like a ding ding noise, but I'm not going to do that because it would be tacky. So here I'm Bretonnia. So I'm actually Bretonnia for the entirety of this league. We all picked a faction, and there were many factions I wanted to play as, but they were all taken. I went with Bretonnia because, yeah, frankly, I think they should have got someone should have picked them. But they are definitely tough, I think. I don't think they're in a great position at the moment, mainly because the flying units seem to have been played about with a little bit in the latest patch, but I'll go into that later. So basically, I've got a few answers to a few things. I brought Ulbrich, basically because he's got anti-large. And I also brought a Damsel of Life, that way I could heal him up, because obviously Lewin can regenerate, but, you know, I don't need regeneration if I can just heal him, with a regrowth or whatever. So that was my plan there. Also, Grail Reliquary to keep all my fodder fighting for longer. And speaking of fodder, I've got my peasant mobs. Obviously, peasant mobs, fantastic. Best infantry in the game. And I've also got some men-at-arms, so nice and cheap. So basically, the reason I've got so much is if he's got a load of skinks, I've got enough stuff to stop him. And also, if it's a load of Saurus Warriors, then I've got a load of armor piercing here with the Foot Squires and a load of anti-infantry. So basically this is all just meant to bog down the enemy as much as possible, so my archers can get a load of fire on them. Because the archers only 1 armor piercing damage, but that will add up if he doesn't prioritize these. So it should be interesting. I must say, I'm against the Lizardmen, by the way, so this is going to be incredibly tough matchup, honestly. There's not a lot of, good sort of anti-large plus armor piercing, and you kind of need both, so you got to mix it up a bit. It's tough, honestly. Anyway, so also over here I've got the Pegasus Knights. So the Pegasus Knights, obviously, usually fantastic at killing large targets. They usually all just dive, straight in, right? Straight like onto the target. Now though, they kind of charge as a unit, so really only the front 2 will actually hit the thing, and the rest will just sort of land and run around in circles, which isn't as good as it used to be. Honestly, these guys used to be great at large targets. They're still anti-large, but because their, sort of behaviour has changed, they're not as effective. They're really not. It's a real pity. But I still wanted to bring Pegasus Knights, because as you can see, 105 speed, which is crazy speed. That's faster than Pterodons. So if there's any skink priests or chiefs on, Pterodons, or if they're just Pterodons, I can shut them down nice and quickly, which is great. They'll take a tool out really easily. These guys will absolutely clean up in melee against those kind of units. So, and then I can worry about the big stuff as well. So it should be good, So, I mean, I think that's it, right? That's it. So, also, I brought the, was it Wrath of Manan, I think? His trident. So, he'll have that wind attack, which again would be really good against skinks. Unfortunately, it's all Temple Guard. Yeah, just 4 units of Temple Guard. That's all of his infantry. So that's tough. My Foot Squires are going to have to work overtime. They really are. Also, in the forests here, you can see there's Krokgar on Grimlock, and of course he's got a Saurus Scar Veteran on a Carnosaur as well, so 2 Carnosaurs to worry about. So he's going to be very manoeuvrable. They're going to be able to just run around in my back lines and do whatever the hell they like, to be honest. Also here, he's got a Skink Priest of Beasts, which is great against, it's really good, actually. It's a good pick for Bretonnia, but he is on a Pterodon, so he is going to be a bit more vulnerable there. Luckily, though, I don't notice him straight away, so that's annoying. But yeah, Skink Priest of Beasts, Flock of Doom against a load of peasants, it'll whittle their health down so much. And over here, he's also got some sort of anti-cavalry here. He's got some Cold One Spear Riders, so these guys, obviously they can rampage, but they've got anti-large, so they'll be really useful. So now if we go back over here, so finally seen all of his units, so let's speed things up. So here, I throw in the fodder. So obviously these men-at-arms are going to have a wonderful time against the Temple Guards. They're going to do great. They're just going to do fantastic. Yeah. So anyway, you'll see here though, I do want to do as much damage to these Temple Guard as possible before I get my Foot Squires involved. Because my Foot Squires aren't going to win one-on-one against a healthy unit of Temple Guards. So I use Dwellers Below, trying to do as much damage to these guys as possible with Dwellers Below. He does just pass straight through me though, because he knows these men-at-arms aren't really a threat. They're not going to stop me. But it does do a fair bit of damage. That's half the health gone on each unit. That's pretty good for one spell against, such elite units. I mean, that's good, like, what? 1,200? Like, quid gone? That's great. So, here, I'm getting a load of focus fire on this Saurus Scar Veteran. But you can see, Flock of Doom comes down. Does great work against these units. So, you can see, the Peasant Bowmen, they are actually whittling away his health fairly well. So definitely worth bringing these guys. Even with the 1 armor piercing, that focused fire, it does well. It does well. So here you can see I've got some armor piercing on Kroq-Gar, but really I need these foot squires to be dealing with the temple guards, but I couldn't let him run around on his own. Over here I did actually charge in with the Pegasus Knights, but annoyingly, because, oh yep, there's the, you know, Wrath of Manan. So, wow, that goes a long way. So, did a fair bit of damage to the temple guards, not a huge amount, but some. You know, and it's free, so I'm going to use it. So here I've got Ulbrich trying to fight here against Temple Guards. That's not a good idea. But you see, when I sent the Temple Guards in, not the Temple Guards, the Pegasus Knights, to deal with the Spear Riders, their charge was all over the place, because the Spear Riders had charged in from the side, so they were really spread out. And so my Pegasus Knights, they all just sort of like landed in weird places all around in this big blob, and they couldn't really get a good charge. And here, again, trying to get a charge on Kroq-Gar with them, but it doesn't do a huge amount. And look how much damage they take, because Kroq-Gar, you know, anti-armor, armor piercing, he's going to do so much damage to these Pegasus Knights. So you can see Ulbrich's doing some good damage, but he is taking a lot of damage himself. Kroq-Gar is just an absolute monster in this matchup. So, and now the Saurus Scarp Veteran's coming in as well. I've got guys running off everywhere. So it's not good. So here I do actually have 2 lots of foot squires, hopefully finishing off these temple guards. That's good news. So here, use the Hand of the Gods, and now this was my biggest mistake of the match. I tried to par everyone out, and I saw all the Pegasus Knights take off, and I thought that Ulbrich had done the same. But he was stuck down here, and I didn't realise. So he is just taking loads of damage for free here. I need him. I really need him. He's the only one on the charge that can do serious damage to these guys. And he's just getting killed by Spear Riders and Temple Guard. That I didn't even mean to. That was the biggest mistake. So he's flying off. You can see the Skink Priest still hanging out. And I hadn't spotted him yet, so I see them chasing Ulbrich, and here I actually just get my Pegasus Knights chase him, because they will catch him and just take him apart so quickly. So here, more peasants, I'm trying to bring them back, but I mean look at this, still half health on either of these guys. He's used 1 cold-blooded I think on Kroq-Gar, but you know, it's not looking great. These Cold One Spear Riders, they actually perform fairly well against the foot squires, amazingly. Especially with the backup of the Temple Guards. This is tough. This is definitely tough. Very healthy unit still there. And a very healthy unit still over here. Using Cold-Blooded on the Temple Guards as well. Which is a good shout. Especially now that he's chased these guys off. Yeah, not good. They're terrified. They're not immune to psychology, because the Grail Reliquary is all the way over here. Is it there? Yeah, there it is. Being munched on by everything. So that's not good. But I mean, I'm getting guys back. I am getting guys back. But, oh, these friggin' Kinosaurs, they're awful. So finally get rid of these Cold One Spear Riders, and now hopefully I can attack Kroq-Gar somewhat. But yeah, there's still a worrying amount of Temple Guard knocking around. Managed to win this fight, so I've got these foot squires I can bring back into the fray, which is really good. So Ulbrich's back, I did manage to heal him a bit, and as well as the Pegasus Knights with an Earth Blood. But Earth Blood doesn't heal as much as it used to, actually. It is cheaper though, so you can use it more often, but it doesn't heal as much as it used to do, so it's a bit of a shame. So here you can see the Cold One Spear Riders now, they're still trying to get out of there. Oh no, they're back. Oh great. So I'm trying to get Kroq-Gar. I've got to get rid of him. But of course he's got all these other units coming in. If I can kill Kroq-Gar, I might have a chance. But the amount of damage that I'm taking here. Oh yeah, so here as well, I use the Wrath of Manan again to try and... I keep calling the Wrath of Manan, I'm not actually sure it's called that. I know it's called something like that. So I keep using that to try and deal with, you know, the infantry. But they're just so sturdy. That's great against unarmored targets, but like here now, Pegasus Knight's being attacked by the 2 Carnosaurs. He's just going to keep these guys together from now on. There's no point splitting them up, you know. So trying to fight both of these guys at a time is not good for me. I mean, Kroq-Gar taking a ton of damage, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good, honestly. Over here, amazingly, these Temple Guard are just shredding all of my foot squires. These foot squires are just not wanting to stay in the fight anymore. Got some more men-at-arms, but eh. But yeah, this is tough. This is tough. So 1960, 1641. So yeah, the numbers aren't even that, you know, much in my favour, to be honest. So Hand of the Gods hits Ulbrich a little bit. So again, that's not good. I still got my damsel, so that's something. But yeah, more terror, because the Grail Reliquary is out. I think they destroyed it. Honestly, actually, I think that might have been them destroying the Grail Reliquary. Because yeah, the Grail Reliquary, I don't think it actually does anything while it's running away. It's only when it's still in the fight that it gives all those buffs. So if you can target it, or just, you know, get it to rout, then the rest of the army will follow, which is very scary. So I'm just trying to kill something. I mean, I've got it out of control. That's, you know, that's something. But now coming in with Kroq-Gar again, I've got to get Ulbrich back out. He's the only one doing any damage. And at this point, army losses is becoming a serious problem. I tried to reform over here, but the rest of my army was getting wiped out too much, so I couldn't. I'm losing too much. Yeah, pretty rough. And now the damsels, you know, getting chased down by everything. Oh my god, that's terrifying. And army losses kick in. That's it. Oh. So I had a few tools. I think if it was a, I was definitely prepared for sort of like skinks, a lot of skinks. But against Temple Guard, I just didn't have the armor piercing. But then I'm not sure what I would have changed, honestly. I mean, look at this, 231 kills. I mean, I know I had a lot of peasants. I mean, I brought a lot of guys with me. And I, yeah, wasn't up against many. But still, like, I don't know what I would have brought, honestly. I mean, Foot Squire is probably the best thing to deal with, you know, Temple Guard and Saurus Warriors. But if it was Skinks, I couldn't have brought enough to actually hold the line. You know, the dinosaurs would have run straight through me, got into my back line, done whatever they wanted. I needed more stuff to try and slow them down, you know. I was able to slow down these two units at 72, 62. Slowed down these two units pretty well with just one unit of man-at-arms. Got a big spell on them, did a load of damage. That really helped. That was fantastic. But honestly, I think I would have been better with something like more beasts maybe, and brought Louis. Just for that regeneration, so I didn't have to waste any Winds of Magic on him, and I could have just been more offensive, you know. So keep bogging them down with cheap units, and just spamming Flock of Doom. And I think I would have chiseled away at these Temple Guards much easier, honestly, because I didn't have anything to buff my units up to keep them in the fight better. So it was a tough fight. It was a really tough fight. Yeah, if anyone knows a good Bretonnia build against the Lizardmen, let me know, because honestly, I'm finding it a really tough matchup. I practiced this a load actually, just against like the AI. You know, I brought several different sort of Lizardmen builds and just tried different Bretonnia builds out against them, and I just couldn't get a win out of it. I just couldn't find a successful, you know, build for it. So this is definitely the matchup I was dreading the most, honestly. But still, it was good fun. So well done, Dr. Shil. Good win. And guys, if you enjoyed this video, please do comment, like, and subscribe. And yeah, obviously go check out Dr. Shil's channel. And I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.